Hi guys, Kim Marshall here for another Leader Livecast in May, and today it's all about beauty. So that's intimidating, but here we go. We're interviewing the gorgeous and irresistible Pietro Simone, an Italian beauty skincare master. So who's here? Hi Michelle. Hi Real John Kennedy. There's so many nice people here. Glad you could join us. Pietro's going to tell us some skincare tips. He's going to talk about COVID. I know I do, because the stresses of the shutdown show up on our face. So let us see if Pietro is here. Here we go. There we are. He's done this before a time or two, so I think he knows what he's doing. Yesterday he did a live cast with the beauty editor at Elle magazine.
Hello.
Hello.
Hi, Kim.
It's wonderful to meet the famous you.
Oh, thank you very much. It's wonderful to meet you.
My partner in crime, Darlene Fisk, is really in love with you and your wonderful talents, and I think she's helped make you even more famous. Is that right?
Yes.
So,
hopefully for a very good things about skincare and beauty and all the approaches possible.
Yeah, well, I tell you, we all love Italy, and our heart goes out to Italy and everything it's been through with the COVID shutdown. But the heart of Italy is strong. And we always think luxury, right? We think fashion, we think cars. But now you can tell us why skincare should be in that luxury category from Italy.
Well, the reality is this one. I've been working in the luxury market for the past basically 20 years. And I never really found an Italian brand make it all around the world, basically. And we produce so many products in Italy for American companies and European companies. Right next to my family, there is this basically big company. They produce for Chanel, for Estée Lauder, for Laura Mercier. And you're like, okay, why? We have incredible ingredients. We have incredible laboratories. We have incredible people working in that. And I was like, you know what? I want to do my own skincare brand. But in the meantime, I want to use active ingredients that I can actually source in Italy and you cannot find it anywhere else. And that's what I did with Pietro Simone Skincare.
Well, I want you to tell me how you blended nature and science. We'll get to the COVID questions, but what are the ingredients, this cocktail of ingredients from your home country? You know what they are.
Yeah,
and where
it's called Italian Bella Complex. It start from the very north. So the Edelweiss, which is this incredible flower who grows only very high altitude in the mountains. And with this laboratory, we use the stem cells using only one flower each time because we can create kilometers of alive stem cells. Then we go to Tuscany and we get to the grapeseed oil, great in nourishment, elasticity of the skin, antioxidant as well. Then a little bit below Naples, we have an apple, it actually grows only there. And he has his proper name, and it's called Apple Annurca. Incredibly strong on pigmentation, antioxidant, really work against the melanogenesis problems of the pigmentation. And then we go all the way down to the very end before getting to Sicily in Puglia, where I use the tomato seeds oil. Great antioxidant, great anti-aging, great acid inside to be able to revitalize the skin. And then Sicily with the almond oil that we use over there.
Well, I'm telling you, it sounds like you could almost eat these products. But Pietro, are you from Puglia or no?
No, I normally say I'm happy to say, but this time because of what's happened with COVID, but I'm right of Bergamo, between Milan and Bergamo, the most affected area there. Yeah.
Because I was able to visit Puglia a couple of years ago after the Global Wellness Summit, and we stayed at that stunning place, Borgo Ignazia. And I mean, the olive oil and the hospitality and the seafood. So when you apply these sorts of things, and I heard another secret. Are you friends with my friend Irene Forte? Is that right?
Yes, I've done, she actually called me, I would say probably 2 years ago, and she asked me if I was going to do all the training for her products. And I like her. I really, really, really like Irene in very different ways in terms of friendship. And they said, yes, why not? And so I did all the training and I developed protocols for her, for all the spas in Europe that we did the training for Irene Forte.
Her family has a beautiful boutique hotel company, and we interviewed her
Yeah.
on a Global Wellness Summit podcast, one of the early episodes. And
Yeah.
she's beautiful inside and out. I hate that in a woman. Anyway, kidding. So tell me about your history, Pietro. How did you get inspired to get into skincare? Who was your major inspiration?
Well, I have three ways to reply to you in this way. First thing is a passion. Never really wanted to do anything else except skincare and all the scientific part of what I can achieve in the skin. Second point, I started super young. I was basically 16, 15, 16, and I was already using products of La Prairie and La Mer and Estée Lauder and stuff like that. By the time I was 19, I was going to this place to get products for all my little customer of my little city. And this woman said, "Oh, no, you're late today. You need to have a training." And I was like, no, I'm actually a customer. I'm not, probably you're missing something. And she was like, no, the training is for you. So 3 months later, I was in charge of the spa for La Prairie. And then I moved fully in La Prairie and I did all the training, the protocols. I developed the facial with the gold facial and all of that for La Prairie for almost 5 years.
Wow.
And then I left because as much as I loved the brand, I wanted to have something more in my heart with the ingredients that I wanted. And, you know, at the end of the day, I'm turning 36 next week.
You're so old, Pietro. You're so old.
But that means there is 20 years that I'm doing every single day facials and massage and lasers and ultrasound and the most advanced technologies to rejuvenate the skin. So the reason why I wanted my skincare, it was because I need to, my idea, my philosophy is all together. I mean, technologies and skincare, or only technology or only skincare. So I wanted something very powerful, result-oriented, to really deliver results with as much as possible going in a cleaner way to do formulations.
So you took it into your own hands. That's pretty great. And yeah. I can't wave at all these friends that are joining. There's so many, Sammy Guarini, Kimberly Diorce, but when I try to wave, I often turn my camera around and you see my closet. So you don't want to do that. But do you know, Pietro, the wellness market has been quantified by the Global Wellness Institute and Summit. And this year in January, they released the numbers, $4.5 trillion. And yet out of that, it includes wellness tourism, physical activity. It also shows you that personal care and beauty is the largest section of it. Yeah, $1,000 billion is in beauty. So how do you think the shutdown is affecting this industry, in your opinion, the beauty industry?
I'm going to be very honest with you because that's the only way that I can. I understand the huge problems that we're going through. I myself have 2 clinics, one opening in New York, one here in London. So I understand the big problems. I try to have this situation in evolving with myself and evolving with the services, evolving with all the things possible that I can actually give to the customer at home and create a more loyal base, people following. And I saw throughout all the live shows that I've done in the past 2 months, the amount of disorientation in beauty, it was epic for me to see the probably more than 1,000 messages on replying on people. Can I use this? Can I use that? Why should I do this? And not only as a final customer, but also people of, working in this sector. So it's really, I'm taking this time to be able to really reassess my mind and go through like a key product, which is the education in beauty now.
And I see your Instagram, people should follow it. You can see it on here, but it really and truly shows that you're active, you're having conversations, and you're helping people feel better. I mean, women, but men too, you can't sleep, you're anxious, you don't know you read the news and you're so stressed out. So it's wonderful when you have tutorials online and you share your secrets. Yeah. Tell us about the history of your threading technique.
So the threading technique comes from my grandma. Say rock salt and use the rock salt as an exfoliator, but she was young, so she wanted to keep something in terms of treating the skin. And so fun enough, there was an industry really not far from there where this industry was producing silk and cotton materials. So they were going there, taking the residues and use these residues to be able to scrub the skin. So, and then, you know, Italian family, grandma and mother using the sewing machine, and you get your Dolce Gabbana jeans back in the days, and your grandma, she was like, oh my God, they're great. So she was going to sew them to be able to have it normal. I was like, oh, you were using that one, so now I can use just a cotton thread without removing any hair, first of all, but really work perfectly to be able to create an exfoliation, including the fact that clearly the peel is already into the skin. So I've done probably like months of trials and examples and stuff like that. And then I ended up with the technique that I have now, which I'm pretty happy and I'm pretty proud, because you get, it's very difficult for people to understand unless you try, because you really get to the point that you have this incredible, super smooth skin. It is almost like feels that you have oils and basically you don't have anything. And the exfoliation is absolutely incredible.
So do you actually use thread or no?
Yeah, I apply the peel, and then when I apply the peel, following a specific lymphatic pattern that I use, what I'm using is really threading all over the skin without using knots or something to get rid of the hair. Absolutely not. So what's happened is the peel that I created, clearly it works on dissolve the cement of the corneocyte of the very first level, of the first layer of the skin. So by the time the peel is actually working, here you go, with the cotton thread, I'm doing basically this very lymphatic massage in exfoliation, and all of a sudden your skin is super, super, super smooth, and you really feel the smoothness, the velvety of the skin, and you get also the lymphatic benefits.
I have looked at my comments. People are like, it's like a baby's butt when it's done. I also think that none of us realize the importance of the lymphatic system, right, Pietro?
I am like, I'm not only a fan, I'm an advocate, because in the past 4 years, I'm trying to tell everyone. But you know, there are so many marketing things outside. There's so many ways to sell things. But when you do a treatment, before all the fanciness and the luxury and everything, the skin is an organ. So you cannot transcend to that one. You need to get to the point that you know the skin is an organ. You have to work the skin in a very biological way. Then you can be fancy as much as you want afterwards. The lymphatic system is so much in charge nowadays for all the toxins, all the, sorry to say, but the rubbish that we have in the body and we need to flush out. Now we have it in the body, we have also in the face. So whatever treatments I'm actually doing, it's absolutely important to open the lymphatic system, drain the lymphatic system, and work it in the proper way. And lymphatic system doesn't mean only the massage, but I always work the lymphatic area, the lymphatic stations, the lymphatic who goes all the way here. And sometimes I get people that don't really even understand this point, but the lymphatic is so important.
I know I'm not a doctor, but I always think if you have a healthy lymphatic system, that's the best combat against cancer that you could ever have. So I'll leave it there. And before we end, I'm going to ask you to show us a few tips. Okay. So
absolutely, my pleasure.
You know, some of the questions, there are a lot of members of the Global Wellness Summit family that are in the beauty industry, the spa industry. What have you learned emotionally from COVID? What are tips you would give them for hanging on? What would you tell them to do?
All right. So in this month, I'm being locked out on my own because I live on my own over here in London. I decided to be in London rather than be in New York at that time, because clearly over here I have all this stuff before moving eventually to America.
Yeah.
My advice is beauty is something so personal and it is something so emotional that it shouldn't be treated only as a number, but you need to create an experience. The people nowadays, especially after this one, they will definitely, that's my personal point of view, of course. They want to have the experience. They want to feel they are part of something. They want to see the results, but they want also to feel how magical can be a treatment and massage with so many different things. My path in the past 2 months was really questioning myself every single day, every single moment, in everything about my skincare, in everything about my clinic, in everything about my approach, but mostly in everything about myself. Where sometimes you know, when you're so busy, when you're traveling crazy, when you're doing all of that, you almost like, it's almost like that you're losing a little bit that, you know, that point, that very authenticity of yourself and the reason why you started your dream or you started your work, your mission. I think going back and really express who you are in your dream, in your work, in your day, and even now that you had the time to be on your own. And I went many times in the bathroom and I was literally looking the mirror to see who I had in front. And finally, after years, I saw myself even more than what I knew that I was.
So it's really good time for self-reflection, self-examination. What am I doing? How can I do it better? I mean, we have a lot to be grateful for if we're healthy. So where are we going to use that? So what are you doing, Pietro, to bring yourself joy each day? What are you doing?
I wake up, I have a very nice breakfast, I speak with friends and family, I work, I put all the passion. I think it's almost like a consequence of the question that you asked me before. The fact that I was able, and I accepted in a good way and in a bad way, things that they were there, almost like hidden in a wardrobe, but I literally wanted to take it out and work it out. Joy for me today is having care of myself. I'm doing massage almost every day, and I'm also sharing my experience without asking anything to anyone, doing the massage for the face, doing the massage for the body, and having this amazing time of sharing passion and knowledge. It gives me joy because I received a huge amount of messages saying, thank you, Pietro, for sharing this, almost like they were expecting me to make them pay. And I was like, that's incredible. I mean, I'm just only happy that I made some people happy. And in the same time, I made myself happy because, you know, what can you ask more when the people are recognizing in you that you're doing something genuine?
Yeah. And you know what? This is the one thing. The spa industry has been criticized in beauty that sometimes the best quality is out of reach for the common person. So because we're all online together, so much information can be shared complimentary with people. Totally. I mean, some of your facials are $400 or $265. So to see that you are actually sharing some tips online. So without further ado, Pietro, let's do some. Now, I'm not the cherub that Katie was from Elle yesterday, but I saw what you told her to do, so I'm slightly prepared, but I'm not taking my makeup off. So thank you. Anyway, there's some face oil she used, right? Okay.
Yeah. We just need to have a little bit of oil. Before using the oil, just because we were speaking about the massage before, what you want to do is really start doing some pressure, right, starting from the solar plexus over here. And what we do, it's 2 or 3 seconds pressure in each point. It means this is one point, then we go all the way up. We literally move just literally 2 centimeters from one point to the other one. So 1, 2, 3, and I release the pressure. And then again, 1, 2, 3, and I release the pressure. Then I'm just slightly going higher, and I'll do the same. 1, 2, 3, and I release. 1, 2, 3, and I release. Then I'm almost getting to the clavicle bone over here. So 1, 2, 3, release, and then again, 3, and you release. Now we follow all the décolleté towards the underarms, doing the same. So in this case, we're going to use 2 hands, and 1, 2, 3, release, and then again 1, 2, 3, and then release. Move a little bit again. 1, 2, 3, and then release, and then 1, 2, 3, and then release. And then we are going to stimulate the lymphatic station under the underarms. It means I'm going to cross my hands, and what I'm going to do, this little pressure underneath my underarms. Now this is very important to don't forget, because under the underarms, we actually have lots of lymphatic stations. So
and is it okay if it feels funny? If it feels a little tight or anything?
Tight, it's normal. but you cannot feel, it's not that you cannot, you shouldn't feel pain or soreness. So that means we really want to regulate the pressure. We just need to do some very nice, we call it pompage, nothing too strong, nothing too crazy, literally a stimulation.
Okay. And we shouldn't cross our legs, right, Pietro? We should not cross our legs.
Legs open, your back always very straight, okay? Also your chin as well, if it's possible. Then when we have done the underarms, we go back over here and we do the same right in the soft part of the neck. So not on top of the bone, but like here, we do again pressures, 1, 2, 3, and then we release, and then we press again. We do it again over here. We do this pressure all the way until the back of the neck.
Oh, I need that.
Yes. So when we get to the back of the neck, our lymphatic opening is done. And then we can get some oil and we can start to do a little massage on the face. Now, when we use the oil, one of the most important things, we don't need to drip of oil all over our face. We need to have a nice slide effect, but we don't need to have too much.
Do you make it warm? Do you rub it together or no?
Not that much, because in this case, I'm using my Prestige oil. So if I rub it, it's going to go away.
No fair. I don't have that.
I will make sure that you're going to try this one, because it's a double oil. So there is anti-aging water and anti-aging oils. So it's slightly different in terms of... There we go. Now, bit of oil in your hands as well. And we start from the neck, where we work our neck in this way. So we want to use the full hand. We want to be slightly slower, not too fast. And we want to really engage the full side of the neck. Now, I know that for me it's also easy because my hands are quite big, but the way it's really to go all the way and really embrace. And then you switch side and we do the same on this side.
What's the base of your oil, Pietro?
So the Prestige oil is a little bit crazy, as probably I am. So you have the full Italian Bella Complex in activated waters, including the Edelweiss stem cells. Oh. So you have this. I don't know if you can see from here, but can you see that it's almost like a double color?
Yeah, I see it.
So this is the anti-aging water. And then the oil, it's mandarin oil, lemon oil, orange oil, jojoba oil, macadamia oil, carrot oil, pomegranate oil, olive oil, and L22.
Now, do you think people with, oily skin should use oil?
In this case, with this oil, eventually they can, because it's about esters of oil. So I don't use the greasy part, but I use only the food. However, oily skin, it's really depending because it's a mature skin, is a menopause skin, is it just an oily skin as hereditary, or is a process in life, growing up, for example, when they're young. Some oils are good to be used if you have oily skin, but most of the case, if you have oily skin, you prefer to use something more water-based rather than an oil.
I love oil. That's why I'm saying it. I love oil.
Now, when we have done the neck, we are going to go straight away on the jawline. And this comes again back for the point of the lymphatic system. Sometimes over here, we can have liquids. We can have almost like this problem. So what we want to do, it's really using the scissor, which basically means using our 2 fingers in this way. One finger is going to go on top of the mandibular bone, one underneath. And we do this stroke all the way to the ears. And you really lift the jawline, feeling the bone. Oh,
you're doing 2 hands. I might have to work for you now, Pietro.
Yes, I think so. And then you switch and you go on the other side. And then for everyone, this is going to be very interesting, because this is one of the things that all my customers, even online now, we're doing all this consultation online and we do the facial online. So I'll do the facial with them. Meanwhile, they apply products and everything. So we're going to use these 4 fingers. We're going to put it right here. And these 2 fingers, what they will do is working the double chin.
Oh my God.
So you do this 8, basically. You cross the finger in this way, creating an S. And that's a great way to work all over this area. And you feel the heat coming up on your skin. That means the blood circulation is recalled up, better oxygenation, better nutrients, and better lymphatic drainage as well.
So I'm making an X under my chin. Very
yeah,
good.
Basically, if you can move almost like you're dancing and go in this way.
Wow.
Perfect. It's quite intense. And then we skip from here and we go all the way to the cheeks. And what we want to do in this area, because I don't want to be too much strong now, with the 2 hands, we start right from here and we lift all the way up to the temple. And then without having too much pressure, the hand goes down and the second one starts doing the same. So the pressure goes when we lift, and when we reach the temple, the pressure almost goes away and the hand just starts again in this way.
Well, for those of us who can't get our Botox now, this is a wonderful substitute.
This is a wonderful way to really tell to your skin, okay, here I am, let's do something. You're actually engaging the muscle. You can already see in my skin, this is okay, this is already red, means the blood circulation is coming up. More blood circulation is more oxygen, more nutrients. You actually engage in the muscle as well. Temperature works also in collagen, elastin, and all the other things. So it's really important sometimes during the week to have the time to do this 5-10 minutes massage.
How often? How often would you do that?
I would say that if you spend 10-15 minutes with the massage, I would say twice a week, that would be great. And okay. The reason why I'm reaching the temple, it's because the lymphatic system is also here to drain on the neck. Now,
I can't believe how pink my skin is. It's so amazing. So great.
Yeah. That's good. And also because your lymphatic system is actually helped by how you're using your hands. That's the most important thing. Now, when we have done this part, we should stay over here and work a little bit more, but then it's going to be too long. We go all the way to the eyes. So we warm up the eye area. We want to be slightly slower, and we want to really do these nice circular motions. And then what we are going to do, we stop at the temple. And when we are at the temple, what we start with both ends, but I'm going to show before with one, with this, we are going to do these circular motions from the very outside to the very inside. And when we reach the inside area, we lift all the way out. We drain all the way out to the temple.
Wow.
This is for all the people that are complaining about bags, puffiness, and heavy area of the eye, especially the bottom part. This is great to do even every day for like 1 or 2 minutes. Meanwhile, you're applying your eye contour cream, and it works incredible. I mean, you cannot expect that all the bags are going away because there's so many other different reasons why we have bags. But in the same time, you can really help your body to drain the excess of the liquid.
So drink a lot of water after this, right, Pietro?
Drink so much water. Also because nowadays, I can tell you in this way, because at least all the customers that I see in the clinic, they also have lots of teas and lots of coffee. So these things are okay, but in the same time, they're also diuretic. So you actually expel more water. You definitely need to implement the water intake.
So you can drink Italian coffee. You just have to drink twice as much water.
Oh yeah, I'm a freak on water. People don't believe me, but then when they see me, they understand. I normally have between 4 to 5 liters a day.
Wow. Oh. That takes a lot of your time.
What about wine? Well, this is like 2 or 3 bottles a week or in 2 weeks.
I am not confessing my wine intake during COVID, but let's just say we have a very close relationship.
You can do me too. With the Californian wine. I'm so in love now with Californian wine. give me the huge, give me all these wines, and I'm going to be yours for the rest of my life.
Okay, we'll trade wine for skincare. All right,
Yes.
well, we only have a few more minutes, Pietro, but I'm just going to tell you.
So let's do in this way the same work that we have done over here. We do also right below the eyebrows line, and then when we have done this super quick now, we do the same thing of the 8 in this way all over the forehead. And what is going to be super important, you go back over here and you do the same thing of the neck. You go all the way up on the cheeks, and what is really important is really to go following the temples all the way down and draining from the back of your neck. And then you can really work the trapezius, you can work this area, because that's incredibly, first of all, relaxing. Second, it gives you this very nice relaxation final moment of the massage, and you're engaging the lymphatic. And then you can do in a butterfly way, which means super, super soft. You do this very gentle and little movement towards out.
So what you're saying, Pedro, let me get this straight, is that a good massage therapist has to end a certain way too. So you're saying in all these rubbings, we have to go down and end it, right? We must end it.
In a massage, if it's done in a proper way, there is always an opening, there is a stimulation, and then you get a closure point. And the closure point is equally important as the opening part. Otherwise, it's just a massage where it can be actually very nice, and lots of people, they don't even care about it. But then the reality is, if you're treating and you're working on the lymphatic, you start in a point and you finish in a point as well.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, all of you who are watching, grazie mille, I keep saying it. We love Pietro, everybody says. So what is the official name of your Instagram so they can see more demonstrations?
So most of the demonstration goes on Pietro Simone Official and then Pietro Simone Skincare. But mostly it's Pietro Simone Official about all the IGTV and stuff like that.
Yeah, and so there's an E on the end of Simone, right. So just just a little tip at the very end.
Yeah.
How should, if we can't get to our normal beauty routines, how should we use this time for our skin? What should we think about? Like,
well, you have the time, especially because you're not going to be that much exposed to the sun, hopefully, that you can really treat your skin. You can really have a nice exfoliations. You can really take care on a very good cleansing. And then you can really start feeling what is really your skin concern. It's going to be anti-aging, it's going to be hydration, it's going to be nourishment, nurturing. So really build up the right sort of like skincare routine that you need and stick on that one. And the massage twice a week.
Massage twice a week. Take advantage of the shutdown time to really glow. Because you made me glow, Pietro. Thank you for making me glow and giving me hope. Even though yesterday you interviewed a cherub, try my best. And remember, we women over 35 care about our necks. So thank you so much for that neck medicine.
Absolutely. Whatever you're doing on your face, you just need to do it on your neck, sometimes a little bit more. You do a nice peel, you do a nice mask, you apply your oil, you do your massage, you finish with your serum and with your cream, and your neck is gonna change. The neck is different than the face, I totally know, but most of the time 90% of the women, they finish whatever they have in the hands in the neck. It's not really a treatment. So you do a treatment, especially now that we clearly have more time, and you can see very good results on your neck.
Oh, good. A little neck love. Okay, well, we're sending you lots of love. There were so many hearts flying up and down, Pietro. Thank you for coming to us from London.
My
we
pleasure.
hope to see
Thank
you in
for
person.
having me.
Okay. Ciao, ciao.
Ciao, ciao.